Intro. Boxing, often called the sweet science, has a rich and storied history that spans thousands of years. From ancient civilizations to modern-day arenas, boxing has evolved into one of the most popular and respected sports in the world. Let's take a journey through time and explore the history of boxing. Our story begins in ancient times. Boxing can be traced back to around 3000 BC in Egypt. The earliest depictions of boxing can be found in Sumerian reliefs from the 3rd millennium BC and later in Egyptian tombs. In these early bouts, fighters used bare fists, and the contests were often brutal. The sport gained more structure in ancient Greece, where it became a popular part of the Olympic Games starting in 688 BC. Greek boxers, known as pugilists, fought with leather thongs wrapped around their fists. Unlike today, there were no rounds, and bouts continued until one fighter could no longer continue. Boxing was seen not only as a sport but also as a means to train for warfare. In Greece, boxing was highly respected and often associated with the gods. The famous Myrmidon warrior Achilles was said to have organized boxing matches in honor of his fallen friend Patroclus. The sport was a test of endurance, strength, and skill. Boxing in ancient Rome. In Rome, boxing, known as pugilatus, was also a popular sport, but it was far more dangerous. Fighters often wore cestus, gloves with metal studs designed to inflict maximum damage. These contests were often fought to the death, highlighting the brutal nature of ancient Roman entertainment. Boxing in Rome was often part of the gladiatorial games, where fighters battled not only for victory but also for their lives. The brutal nature of these contests reflected the Roman fascination with violence and spectacle. The medieval and Renaissance periods. After the fall of the Roman Empire, boxing saw a decline in popularity. During the medieval period, combat sports took on different forms, but the essence of boxing remained in various traditions of bare-knuckle fighting. It wasn't until the Renaissance that boxing began to re-emerge in a form more recognizable to us today. During the Renaissance, interest in ancient cultures and sports revived. This period saw the reintroduction of organized boxing matches in Europe, particularly in England, where it began to develop its own unique style and rules. The rise of bare-knuckle boxing. In the 18th century, bare-knuckle boxing began to gain prominence in England. James Figg, often regarded as the first boxing champion, established a boxing school in London in the early 1700s. Rules were minimal, and fights could be long and brutal. To bring some order to the chaos, the London prize ring rules were introduced in 1838, which included provisions for a 24-foot ring and the introduction of referees. However, fights were still bare-knuckle, and grappling was allowed. Legendary bare-knuckle fighters like Tom Cribb and Tom Molyneux became household names. These fighters were known for their toughness and endurance, often fighting for hours on end. The Queensberry rules and modern boxing. The sport saw a significant transformation with the introduction of the Marquess of Queensberry rules in 1867. These rules mandated the use of gloves, 3-minute rounds, and a 10-second count for knockdowns. The Queensberry rules are the foundation of modern boxing. John L. Sullivan, known as the last bare-knuckle champion and the first gloved champion, helped popularize the sport in the United States. His bout with James J. Corbett in 1892 is considered the first modern heavyweight championship. With these new rules, boxing began to gain respectability as a legitimate sport. Gyms and training facilities were established, and fighters trained rigorously to hone their skills. Boxing in the 20th century. The 20th century saw boxing reach new heights of popularity and professionalism. Legendary fighters like Jack Dempsey, Joe Louis, and Muhammad Ali became global icons. Ali, known for his charisma and skill, is often regarded as the greatest boxer of all time. Joe Louis, the Brown Bomber, became a symbol of American strength during World War II. His fights against Max Schmeling were seen as battles between democracy and fascism. Muhammad Ali revolutionized the sport with his speed, agility, and unmatched charisma. His fights with Sonny Liston, Joe Frazier, and George Foreman are some of the most memorable moments in boxing history. Television played a significant role in popularizing boxing, bringing the sport into the homes of millions of viewers. The 1970s and 80s were a golden era for boxing, with stars like Roberto Duran, Sugar Ray Leonard, and Mike Tyson captivating audiences with their skill and ferocity. Modern boxing and its evolution. Today, boxing continues to evolve. The sport has embraced advanced training techniques, sports science, and improved safety measures. Organizations like the WBC, WBA, IBF, and WBO govern the sport, ensuring a high level of competition and fairness. Modern champions like Canelo Alvarez, Tyson Fury, and Terence Crawford carry the torch of this ancient sport, thrilling audiences around the world. Women's boxing has also gained prominence, with stars like Katie Taylor and Claressa Shields making their mark. The digital age has brought new ways for fans to engage with boxing. Social media platforms allow fans to follow their favorite fighters closely, and streaming services have made it easier than ever to watch fights from anywhere in the world. Conclusion. From ancient battlefields to modern arenas, boxing has journeyed through time as a testament to human strength, skill, and resilience. Its history is rich with stories of triumph, defeat, and the indomitable spirit of its fighters. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of boxing. Please like and share this video, and subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell to get more historical insights about martial arts and history.